What is rather funny here is that the game really was under the assumption you landed for just a few frames. The game puts us in a landing state, flips the landing status bit to on, and even says we can jump now. Until our state rolls from landing back to neutral, the game lets us jump. Gravity is already starting to push us downward again as there is no ground to stand upon, but we can press the jump button to jump from midair and nudge left on the D-pad to land. A second chance. So spamming the jump button just in case you don't make it will let you make a lateral course correction to ensure that you do. Remember, it only works if the game thinks you landed at some point thanks to X velocity during ground checks. This ball, for example, is inevitable. You've heard about performing a frame-perfect action, but what about a frame-perfect failure? When you land and enter a state of landing, you have the option to jump immediately. The game will read your input and roll you into a standing jump. Unfortunately, the way the input handler works will ignore your input if you press it at just the right, as in wrong, time. The code is very relevant here as the problem lies in a perfect storm of timing. Some code has been summarized inside brackets for the sake of readability. The game passes through this action handler each frame, and the logic executes a to-do list based on the player's current state. The state's associated list contains possible player actions based on the controller's state and are ordered by priority. Here's the basic rundown. It reads the current state of the player and uses it to find the base address pointer to all of the to-do list items for that player state. Each to-do list item is made up of 5 bytes. The first contains the bits used to filter for a controller press. So if the player pressed B to jump, the controller press value in RAM would have this bit set. This binary value in hexadecimal is 40. Therefore, a to-do item list checking for a jump would filter for this bit by using a value of 40 hex. The second byte is set to 0 to see if the button is pressed, or it's set to 1 to see if the button is not pressed. The third byte is used as part of filter